Cloud. Okay, thank you for joining the 2024 caucus with the office hosted by the Office of Ward F, where we discuss the agenda items being proposed and voted on by your city council. Today's caucus is going to review Wednesday, January 24th agenda. If you'd like to speak at the meeting, you do need to sign up in advance. You can go to the city's website or everythingwardf.com to learn more about signing up to speak. With that being said, we'll review the first readings first. These will not have public speaking sessions. You'll have to wait for it to be a second reading in order to speak on it publicly at the meeting. With that said, let's review the first one. It's an ordinance amending and supplementing Chapter 3, Administration of Government, Article 11, Department of Public Safety, Sub-Article 1, Division of Police of the Jersey City Municipal Code. So this is talking about, let me turn that off. So this is talking about the overtime rates. There's been a lot of discussion about these rates being too expensive for nonprofit organizations to host their annual events, such as festivals and parades. So we'll review this and see what they're striking out. So they're striking out the old rates. And if we go to, these are to the end of the strikeout, you'll see the new rates. So we see police officers would get $75 an hour. And then after 4 p.m., $85 an hour. And traffic officers would get $50 an hour after 4 p.m., $60 an hour. And crossing guards getting $40 an hour, supervisors getting $50. And each of these are a minimum of a 4-hour time frame. So this gets expensive for nonprofit organizations. I want to look for the word nonprofit just to see if they changed the rate for nonprofits, because I don't see the difference between the rates that they scratched out. So we'll have to get clarity. Let's go to the.
Hey, someone said they can't hear anything. Hold on. I can't hear anything. Is that me?
Yes.
Mikey, I think that's you because I can hear clear. So it's something wrong with your device or your connectivity.
Yes. Connect to audio. Your Zoom might have not. Click on the drop down button for your microphone and select a different microphone system or speaker system. Usually same as system works best. Okay. Any questions about the first ordinance? I'm just going to put it in the notes to get a summary of this changes because it doesn't summarize the changes. They struck out pedestrian safety, $10 an hour. Yeah, Councilman Gilmore, I would definitely ask about if they've made any special rates for nonprofit organizations, because that's been the whole thing. Like we've had several Puerto Rican Day Parade representatives, Carnival parade representatives come complaining about this overtime rate being too expensive for nonprofit organizations, especially when the events that they're hosting bring revenue to the city. So
no, I think this is interesting because we just voted on this, but I think to the nonprofits point, they shouldn't be charging them period for parades. I don't think it's necessary because the rate is reduced. It's supposed to be half anyway. But the bigger question is, why are we even charging nonprofits to put on these festivities that have been historically put on in Jersey City for a great deal of time with no financial burden attached? And then again, You can even make the argument that we don't even need that much police presence at these events. So I think the bigger question again is why are we even charging them? But there should be a separate nonprofit rate that should differ from the regular rate. But again, we just voted on this one, so I got a lot of questions as it relates to why are we bringing this back up? Because unless this off-duty performance by police officers at city-owned facilities defined by the ordinance, is they ratify? I don't. Yeah, this is
It's like
interesting.
they're
I don't.
redefining the type of specific officer. So now it's not just a flat out officer. It looks like they have like differences between the type of officer it is and the type of institution. So bank and financial institutions have one rate, city facilities have another rate. But I don't see like the word nonprofit is not in this document.
Those are the smallest rate. And let's see what they have identified. I think the smallest rate was like $35 an hour. And then we can see,
Right. For a city project.
I think this may only pertains to construction.
And the bank and banks, and it was construction, banks, city projects,
Let's see the first one right
finance,
there. What's that?
financial institutions,
It's $35. What the one was $35? What they say in there?
city
There it go
facility.
right there. Off-duty rate for service performed by a police officer at a city-owned facility and defined by a city ordinance. Yeah, so they don't really specify like what like yeah, we just gotta have to ask questions. Where do nonprofits stand in here? Um
Because most of their events are on Sundays and holidays, and you see how the rates go up on. I mean, these are the overtime rates, and yeah,
mhm.
okay.
All right.
The next first reading is an ordinance supplementing chapter 332 vehicles and traffic, article 2 traffic regulations, amending section 332-9 stop intersections to designate the intersection of West Side Avenue and Pavonia Avenue as a multi-way stop controlled intersection. So this is a traffic calming attempt right here for, it'll be a four-way stop. Yeah, stop intersection and multi-way stop. So that's great. And then we have 35 public speakers on the list so far, and petitions and communications. Just for the public, read through the petitions and communications. If there is a letter or there are letters that you want more information about, or if you want to get this letter, you'd have to email Sean Gallagher to get that letter. So before because the council does vote on these items. I think they should make them available like they do ordinances and resolutions. I shouldn't have to ask for them, but on to the resolutions where we spend our money. 10.1 is a resolution establishing the calendar year 2024 open space recreation and historic preservation trust tax rate, which is 0.02 cents per $100 of the total municipal assessed real property valuation. And yes. And then the next one, 10.2, is a resolution establishing the 2024 arts and cultural trust tax rate. And that is, again, another 0.02 cents per $100 of the municipal assessed real property valuation. So 10.3 is a resolution granting veteran exemptions from local property taxation pursuant to NJSA 54-4-3.30. 10.4 is a resolution authorizing the calendar year 2024 reserve for uncollected taxes to be calculated using a 3-year average. We voted on, I thought we voted on this already.
We never voted on it. I think they pulled it.
Oh, okay, the 3-year average, they did. 10.5 is a resolution reaffirming the recognition of January 11th as Human Trafficking Awareness Day. You just had the flag raising last week. 10.6 is a resolution honoring 1972 Lincoln High School's football team. 10.7 is a resolution to commemorate the passing of Ralph William Green Sr. 10.8 is a resolution reappointing Brittany Bunny as a member of the Jersey City Cannabis Control Board. That's her resume here. Ten point nine is a resolution reappointing Sonia Dublin as a member of the Jersey City Cannabis Control Board. Resume attached. They finally learning a lesson, attaching resumes. 10.10 is a resolution authorizing a lien against the properties listed herein for the cost of removing litter, debris, etc. in ordinance with NJSA 4048-2.14 and Jersey City Code Section 287-4. I did see an MLK property on this list, 481 MLK Drive. I think that was the only, and then Van Horn is another Ward F property. 10.11 is a resolution authorizing the City of Jersey City Department of Health and Human Services to accept grant funds from the Hudson County Department of Health and Human Services for the peer grouping meal program and to execute a grant agreement. So this is when for the seniors, I believe, they go out and have lunch with seniors. And 10.12 is a resolution authorizing an award of contract to Kruger International, Inc. for the purchase and delivery of furniture for the Jersey City Public Police Training Facility through the Educational Service Commission of New Jersey for the Department of Infrastructure, Division of Architecture. We got $200,000 in furniture. 10.13 is a resolution authorizing.
You said that's for who?
It's for furniture for the police training facility.
I don't know why everybody don't just get used furniture. Everybody gotta have new furniture.
$200,000 worth.
I'm sorry. Good morning, everybody. Is there a itemized list of what they're actually buying for $250,000? Like, does it say like what they're actually paying for, or is just the cost there?
So we have pictures of the furniture. Let's see. Yeah, here we go.
Okay.
So desks at $700.
That's crazy.
That's per desk.
Yeah, quantity is one. List
That's
price is
crazy.
1,500. Extended list price 1,500. Discount, we getting a 48% discount. But why $700? Like, let me go shop it for you. I can find it for $50.
$700 is a 48% discount.
Yep.
So you
list
trying to
price
tell
is
me that
15. These are outrageous prices.
so that desk is originally $1,300?
15. It's
Huh.
1522. And then the other one is 1248. This long one is 1499. This one with no image is 1496. Yeah, these are all one quantity is 11111. We're getting a 48% discount. They increased the prices to say they're giving us that's the oldest trick in the book. That is what MSRP. Before you put something on sale, you increase the retail price so you can say I gave you a discount. Are we comparing these quotes to anything else? Like, but they're saying this is a donation. Is this a donation or it's a contract? No, it's a contract.
It's a
No,
contract.
it's an award of a contract to Kruger International for the purchase and delivery of furniture. How did they get this award?
Who are they connected to?
Kruger International. 4 pieces at $14.96 each. But yeah, each of these items are over $1,000. What for this little thing? This is the drawers, these floating drawers. That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, we'd like to see the other quotes that these were compared to during that bid. Like this whole bidding process needs to be evaluated. Ain't a thing on here less than $1,000. Okay. I'll add that to the notes. Where were we? 10.13 is a resolution authorizing an amendment to a contract with Suburban Consulting Engineers, Inc. in connection with site civil engineering services for design, construction documents, construction administration, and construction site representation services for the reservoir, number 3 Jefferson Avenue Bridge, project number 2022-015 for the Department of Infrastructure for Division of Architecture. And that award of contract is $125,000. 10.14 is a resolution authorizing an award of contract to Hannon Floor Covering Corp. For the purchase and delivery of replacement materials for the Joseph Connor Senior Center through the Educational Service Commission of New Jersey for the Department of Infrastructure, Division of Architecture. And the flooring is going to cost $20,000, not bad. 10.15 is a resolution authorizing the purchasing agent to sell various motor vehicles at public auction. So we're selling. Oh, that's not bad. Normally it's like 4 pages of vehicles. They must have recently sold. It is the first year. But I like looking at these, like seeing how like this 2022 Toyota, like why are we getting rid of that already? Or I guess it must be totaled because they only selling it for $5,000. Or it must not be in good condition. But what happened to these cars that are brand new? Why are they only worth $4,000 now? 10.16 is a resolution.
Some of them may be crash. Ford cars are notorious for having mechanical issues. Some of them may be junk. These are a lot of
These were
these.
the 2 that I highlighted from 2022 were Toyotas and Hondas.
Yeah, but these are cars that were probably confiscated and the owner never claimed them. I don't think these are actually city cars because I see like
Okay.
Mercedes and
Yeah.
all. Yeah, I think these are those cars. Yeah, because I see
Yeah, the next resolution are city cars. That's the one I was thinking about.
yeah.
Okay, this one is city cars. A resolution 10.17 is a resolution authorizing the award of contract to Lease Servicing Center Inc. DBA, doing business as National Cooperative Leasing, for a 5-year lease of 5 2024 Ford Super Duty F550 vehicles and parts, and 2 Dulevo 850 vacuum sweepers through the Sourcewell Cooperative, formerly known as the National Joint Powers Alliance for the Department of Public Works, Division of Automotive Maintenance. While this is up, I want to, can we ask about the street sweepers for the bike lanes? Because the last time I asked, they did not have the street sweepers for the bike lanes yet because they're a lot
No,
smaller.
they got
got
them. I just seen. Oh no. I seen
snow plows.
the snow plows in the bike lane, not the sweepers.
So maybe this purchase is part of it because it was on back order last time I asked about it. Because these bike lanes started off nice and green, but they looking dingy. 10.18 is a resolution authorizing the renewal of a contract with Gateway Security, Inc. to provide armed and unarmed security guard services at various city locations. And it's a shame that we can't use our own Jersey City police officers like at our city locations. And we have to contract out. 10.19 is a resolution renewing a professional services agreement with the law firm of Calcagni and Konevsky LLP to represent the city of Jersey City in a matter of Lubna Munir versus the city of Jersey City. 10.20 is a resolution renewing a professional services agreement with Bratch Eachler LLC to represent Director of Public Safety James Shea in a matter of Kelly Chesler versus the city of Jersey City. 10.21 is a resolution authorizing the execution of an amendment to a bulk water agreement between the city of Hoboken, the Jersey City Municipal Utilities Authority, and the city of Jersey City. Sorry, I just want to go through that. 10.22 is a resolution authorizing the renewal of professional services agreement with Life Mod LLC. They're a licensed physician and has been performing the services of effective and efficient manner. I don't see a number. 17.5. And 1023 is a resolution reappointing Cynthia Jackson as a full-time judge of the Jersey City Municipal Court. All other items are deferred or tabled. And that is it. Any questions or comments regarding the items being proposed for vote on Wednesday, January 24th?
I have a couple.
All right.
Okay, so the taxes, right? The assessments on the property owners for like open space and all that. Is it just the property owners paying that tax, which is like only 30% of the population? And if so, is there any sort of proposal or resolution that can be created to tax residents in their entirety so that cost can be a lesser blow to property owners?
So the renters, landlords are property owners, though we're 70% renters. That just means there's less landlords. The landlords still pay taxes,
Some.
right? So, besides the abated ones. So yes, great question. Right, Councilman Gilmore.
You say
Michael Griffin had a question regarding the taxes, the one for open space recreation and the other one for arts. There's a 0.02 cents per $100 tax based on the assessed real property valuation. So being that Jersey City is 70% renters, this means the tax burden is on the 30% of homeowners that we have, because of a lot of the properties owned by a lot of the rental properties have abatements, so they don't have to foot this bill. So is there
no, I think that's having abatement. This is separate. You got an abatement, you're exempt from paying property taxes.
this is a type of property tax?
Yeah, but this is what it's not the actual it's not a property tax in the sense that they're taxing the actual property for the value. This is it's like it's like a separate tax for an amenity or something.
So abated buildings still pay this tax?
Yeah, I would imagine so. Because if it's abated, I mean, I'll double check, but if it's abated, it's exempt from the actual property tax.
Okay, so this isn't a property tax, it's just a tax that's based on the value of the property.
It's a art tax, and they get the calculation, or they get that number from the assessment of the valued house or the valued property.
Okay.
But I'll double check to see.
And I wonder if they give they should give also a summary of what the arts, because this art tax isn't new, so they should give a summary too on what was collected in previous years.
Oh no, there is they put it out every year how much was collected via the art tax.
No, I'm saying while proposing this, I'm just saying they should bring it up again. I should
here, right here. Okay.
You're proposing it again. Give me it should be a part of the whereas statements. Whereas last year we collected this, and whereas
collected such and such, that was
a successful event. This is proven to be a successful way to collect the tax for arts. Everything that you did to get it the first time should be included here. It shouldn't just be like, oh, we're doing it again. Here it is, because it's anyway.
Yeah, you're right, Eve.
Okay. And then any other questions? I see Miss Urban Davis on the line. Denise, did you have any questions pertaining to anything that we discussed today, or not related?
I just hi Councilman Gilmore. I spoke to regard the movement.
Your phone's breaking up a little bit, Denise. Come closer to the microphone.
Can you hear me a little? Yeah, I spoke to you about, I just want to know the update with, how they
Denise, you
progress.
keep going in and out.
Oh, let me see.
It sounded like she said she just wanted to update with the RFP for the mental health crisis.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have one more meeting next week. So I know me and James briefly talked about it this week. So next week we'll have an update for the next meeting.
Okay, and the other question I wanted to ask would be about the MLK, with the people being dropped off, the homeless, and what that program is doing in regard to loitering. Can you hear me?
Yeah, listen, what's the question?
Did anybody had spoken to you about the homeless on MLK Drive being dropped off and the loitering, or like with that program?
Yeah, I mean, I
It
haven't
doesn't name.
went over there, but I know the gist of the program because it was on Claremont. And like I said, most of those people are from, like, they're Jersey City residents. I know typically a lot of when the winter time come, they go into them shelters because it's cold, and then the shelter drop them off to go to that program. I know that program helps them get their IDs, helps them get welfare, helps them make resumes, a bunch of different things.
But they're not designated to sort of like tell them not to loiter. They're not, it's not a space for them to stay, so to speak. They just roam,
They
in
just
other words.
discourage loitering.
Yeah. Well, the issue is there's really no loitering. There's no such thing as loitering.
Okay, well,
I mean, there's no law against it. And there is, if it's a business owner can say no loitering in front of my business,
I used the wrong term.
but we,
Well, you can. I think you can. Well, there is a term. What is it called?
you can't block a public right of way.
Block
So
a public. Yeah, blocking a public right away.
Okay. So it would be good to call the program or something like that. Or any suggestions?
yeah, we're trying to, I was trying to find a contact for
Yeah,
the program.
we're gonna set up a meeting with them. To
Okay.
address it.
Yeah, right, to discourage
Okay.
the
Oh,
blocking of public
okay.
walkways.
Okay, and thank you. And I really want to thank both of you, Erica and Councilman Gilmore, with your support in regard to the RFP and just the community as a whole. You're doing a wonderful job. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, if there's nothing else, we just want to let everybody know that you can always find more information about the caucus and council meetings on our website, everythingwardf.com. On our homepage, you can find information about youth programs, employment opportunity, housing and rental assistance, Jersey City Department Head contact information, senior affair contact information, parking enforcement info, landlord tenant relations info. You can find your block association. You can learn how to volunteer, learn how to find help, and report an issue, all on our homepage of everythingwardf.com. You can also sign up to get our newsletter. We give out a lot of information in our newsletter because it's hard to catch up with everything that's happening on social media. You can always learn more on our newsletter and also review all of our posts and social media posts and previous links to previous newsletters on everythingwordf.com. With that being said, you all have a wonderful weekend. Thank you, Councilman Gilmore. Thank you, Michael Griffin. And thank you, Denise, Miss Denise, for joining us today.
Thank
Erica,
you. Have
Erica,
a nice day. Bye-bye.
one thing, thank you. Just really quick, before this isn't a question or anything, I just want to say something regarding the cannabis board. Now, any other board, because I sat on one, once your time is up, your time is up. I think, especially like with new council members, like Frank Gilmore, just new people, and then another election coming up, we'll probably have new people then. Something as important as this, we should have representation from our community, and I don't think people should be getting reappointed to something like this. I think that once your time is up, your time is up, and we should be looking for newer people with different ideas and probably more knowledgeable. I'm not saying that these people aren't, but since weed has been legalized, people have been reading up on it. People in our community has been through the process of trying to get licensed or helping someone get licensed, and
They should be sitting on the board, right?
having city, I think having city and county employees sitting on a board like this, it and I'm not saying these people are that, but it calls for like corruption. And I'm not saying that there is, but we have a lot of elected officials with licenses or their families with licenses. So I just want to put that out there. I just want to say this publicly, that that needs to be addressed, and I think that each council person should be looking for new um, board members to represent their community. That's all I wanted to say about that.
Right. Because the mayor nominates them, but the council has to approve them. So thank you. I agree. More representation, more diversity. All righty. Thank you. Any last words, Councilman Gilmore?
He gone already.
No, I'm right here.
Oh,
I was gonna say, you could cut the recording off,
All right.
because we had, I was trying to tell you about the, oh man, the what was that?